Hello, lovely people. Welcome to Hope Africa with Kate. This is your girl reporting, my people. And in today's video, my people, we are going to be looking at how Ibrahim Traore has actually influenced the president of Ghana, and he was able to stand out at the UN 80th anniversary celebration. He stood out and he spoke his mind, and I think that's the mind of most Africans. Yeah, most African leaders, most Africans, those that are interested in true independence, sovereignty and unity. Yes, so I think he actually spoke our mind. Now, my people, the president of Ghana during the UN United Nations 80th anniversary, Donald Trump came in and said a whole lot of things which I don't even want to mention it here. We'll stay that in another video, because our interest is actually what the president of Ghana said. And when he said all of these things, the president of Ghana went on with his own speech. He talked about African being oppressed. Now, he talked about the founding of the United Nations. He made the world to understand that during this United Nations founded, which was in 1954, only 4 African countries were present out of the 51 countries that were there to carry out the creation of these United Nations. Only 4 African countries were there, which means that most of the ideas came out from these Western nations' mind. All right, and African countries. Now, if out of 51, right, and 4 are African countries, it therefore means there are about 57 of them. So what is it that they will say, and the press and what is it that they will say, and Africans will not abide to it? What is it that they will say, and the African countries, definitely they are going to agree, right? They are going to agree. Now, my people, just listen to what the president of Ghana said, and then we'll take it up from there.
At this 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly, I'd like to speak about Africa's role in the future of this organization. However, it's impossible to do that without first considering the collective role that Africa played in its founding, which was small and relatively insignificant. Of the 51 member states involved in the founding of the United Nations in 1945, only 4 were African: Egypt, Ethiopia, Liberia, and South Africa.
Yes, my people, so the president of Ghana was actually stating that the stronger countries are oppressing the weaker countries. The stronger countries are oppressing the weaker countries, so they need to take note of this. Everyone needs to be treated fairly, because the weaker countries, of course, we know the weaker countries here are Africa. What other country is he talking about? He's talking about the African countries. So the president of Ghana, John Mahama Dramani, I give it to you. You did this one. You did this one. This is the character of Ibrahim Traore. I love this because, you know, most people, Ibrahim Traore and the president of Ghana are actually good friends. I've seen them in a lot of occasions. Even during his inauguration, he actually invited Ibrahim Traore. I love the positive influence. This is what we call positive influence. When you be around people, at least let positive impact reflect. Let positive impact reflect. By your characters, your actions, people are going to see that no, you being around this man is actually a good thing. Because him stating this after Donald Trump have said a whole lot of things, this is to tell you that this was a slap on Donald Trump's face. This was because he was actually reminding them that this your United Nations or whatsoever, you people founded this United Nations just with 4 African countries present out of 51 countries that were there. So this is to tell you that whatever you people say, we Africans will accept, because you people were more than us. Africa has about 1 billion human beings in it. So you are telling them that they are not important, or what? You are telling them that they are not important because people just brought in just these 4 African countries, and they were there, they were present when people were founding it. Just South Africa, Liberia, Ethiopia, and Egypt. Those were all the African countries that were present. So what are people trying to tell us? So the president of Ghana pointed to them that this was not fair. That's why you people are oppressing us. Now, he also went ahead to talk about the permanent seat in the United Nations and the veto power. This permanent seat and veto power, my people, has to do with you having the power to oppose, to decline a decision that is made by another person. You have the power to say no, we do not go with this decision. You have the power that when they make the world decision concerning peace, security, you have the power to decline that decision, that strategy. But now African countries are not there. It's just Russia, China, United States of America, and United Kingdom that are involved in it. No African country is part of it. No African country, despite the fact that 4 African countries were even part of it when they were founding it. Despite that fact, they still did not make any of them to have veto power or made them to have a permanent seat in the United Nations. Let's just listen to him and then you get to understand what I'm saying.
Participation in the organization's founding was minimal and relatively unimportant. That's because before all the other talks and meetings, representatives from a group of 14 nations gathered in Berlin for a series of discussions that began in 1884 and which led to the partitioning and formal colonization of the African continent, which is also called the Scramble for Africa. That's also been written. The past is prologue. Well, in the past, the majority of the 54 nations that now comprise Africa were never offered a seat at the table where plans for a new world order were being drawn.
Yes, my people, you just listen to that. I love how I will keep, please, let's just give it up. Give it up to the president of Ghana. Give it up to him because he is pointing facts. He is pointing facts. Because how can we be in an organization but some people are being looked down on? We are not important, so why are we part of it? These are the kind of things that you see Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, the president of Mali, the president of Niger. They don't even want to be part of things that concern France and the other countries. They don't even want to be part of it. They don't even want to be part of it because the only people who belong in the permanent seat are Russia, France, United Kingdom, United States of America, and China. That's all. So why won't France oppress us? It will definitely oppress us because we belong in the same group, in the same organization, but you people don't regard us as anything. So you people really need to consider. That was what the president of Ghana was trying to say, that they really need to consider Africans, because Africans, they have a voice, they have a say, in this in these United Nations. It's not only people that are involved. It's not only you people that are involved. We also have a say. So my people, let me to get your opinion at the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and share. And please do have a nice day. Bye bye.